Alrighty, I guess what I'll do is I'm saving the Gmail reply video, and so I'll just do Tale of Tithing here. Rather than going to my Gmail YouTube comments and replying to them. Did you catch that? Yes, chopsticks for cheese puffs. Remember the video I talked about? I don't like messes? Or did I mention that at all? Maybe that was part of the video idea I was having. But yeah, I don't like messes. I don't want to clean up a mess. And so it makes no sense to make a mess if I have to clean it up. That's right. It was going to be for my pink video, but I didn't talk about the football players who are now doing cupcakes. Because they do videos where they make messes, and little girls go, "Oh yeah, I want a cupcake." And so yeah, I was going to be a part of the pink video. That's why you guys didn't hear about it. Alright, so yeah, I don't like messes. I don't want to make a mess because I have to clean it up. Those football players, I'm pretty sure there's somebody paid to clean up their messes. I don't know for certain, but with the millions of dollars they make, I'm sure they had someone paid to clean up their messes. But guys like me, we have to clean up our own messes. And I don't want to clean up a mess, and so I do my best not to make a mess. And I have everything organized and set up and easy so that I don't make as big a mess. Because with chopsticks, fingers don't get messy, and then the keyboard doesn't get messy, and everything I touch doesn't get messy. So you see what I'm talking about? So yeah, chopsticks for cheese puffs. And you're thinking, you know chopsticks? How to use those? Where'd you learn that? Dad went on a mission to Japan. He made sure to teach us kids how to do it. I couldn't do it the proper way, so I designed it my own way. I'll show you. See how I position it? This is the firm one that doesn't get moved. This one is the loose one. It gets placed right in there and then equaled out at the end, and then I can use it to pick up stuff. Cheese puffs, rice, as long as the rice is starchy. Loose rice is more difficult. Alright, so, but I guess the starchy rice has more GMO, I guess. That thing that's going around nowadays contains no GMO. Alright, so, yeah, oh yeah, Tale of Tithing, as I see on my note over there. Okay, tithing. Mormons, we all know about tithing. It's where we're forced to give up money to the church so that they can get their paychecks, and the claim of building buildings and publishing Book of Mormons, and none of it goes for the poor, as was intended in the ancient world, as recorded in the Old Testament. And so as little kids, when we turn 8 years old, we covenant to pay tithing, 10%. And they teach us in primary about how to pay 10% of our income. And as kids, we don't have income. We're not slave labor like they are in the Philippines distribution center, sewing centers for the church, making garments. Did you not listen to that video I did? I can't believe it. The president of Beehive Clothing came back, held a meeting with all of us employees, and talked about his trip to the Philippines to see the operation there. And they didn't have air conditioning, and women and children were working in the sweatshop, as he called it. And he laughed, ha ha ha, you guys have it so good here. You know, there's just all those things over all these decades that just kept building and building and building. And when Bishop Reed Hammond gave me the ultimatum, be silent about the Book of Mormon being the true word of God, or don't bother coming to church, I said, okay, that's it. I'm studying church history. I'm going to figure this out once and for all. There's all this stuff that's been building up this whole time. The members' fault for not following the church, as I've clearly identified it, or is it just outright false altogether? And so now I've destroyed the church. I, Travis Wayne Goodsell, am the one who has destroyed the church. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't give me money, that's priestcraft. Which is what the church does. They take money, tithing, to pay their own salaries. And Brigham Young was the first one who started it. He took the tithing so that he can build his mansion and his other homes for his other wives. Each wife got a home, I guess. He got to be the rich man. He was king. All right. And so, yes, at 8 years old, excuse me, on the 18th of March, 1978, because it was the day after my birthday, because that was the Saturday. Back then, you held the baptisms on Saturday, as well as the gift of the Holy Ghost on Saturday. Because we had to go into the chapel, and I remember being impatient because there was a convert family that also was getting baptized and getting the gift of the Holy Ghost that day also. And so yeah, I was impatient, and I think I was first for the baptism, but I was last for the gift of the Holy Ghost. So that made it even longer for me. 8-year-old boy of white privilege, bored at his baptism. And I remember, I'm going to confess a sin here, guys, a crime technically. I was with my dad going home, and he stopped by at a store, and I don't know why I didn't just ask him, can I have this notepad? It was a spiral notepad, so the spiral binding at the top, and then you flip it. I saw that, and I went, oh, I would like to have that, but I don't have any money. And I don't know why I didn't just ask my dad. I guess I didn't trust him to buy it for me if I asked. No, keep your hands away from it. And so, notepad. Oh, you want to write? Okay, I'll encourage writing in my child. It's not candy or anything. But, and so, yeah, I walked out with it in my back pocket. And we get home. Mom has dinner all ready to go at the kitchen table. And so I didn't have time to figure out where I'm going to hide this notebook that I just stole after I just got baptized and was washed clean and pure of all sin. and I was feeling guilty. I was going, oh man, I just stole this. I don't know where to hide it. And I got to go be with my parents. And I fortunately, I had my shirts untucked back in those days. Oh, video's done. So there may have been a glitch on this video feed. But I guess I can keep talking while I upload it onto the YouTube. And so I was there at the kitchen table with it in my back pocket, and making sure to keep my back away from everybody so that they couldn't see the bulge in my back pocket, and had dinner, and then immediately went away. Travis, is there something wrong? What's wrong? What are you doing? What's in your pocket? That's what my mom was. So I had plenty of examples of why I should fear being caught. Alright, my Gmail reply to Chili about Paleo Hebrew. Okay, got to remember so that I can type it in correctly. Gmail to Chili about Paleo Hebrew. Alright, and away with ye. Okay, now we bring up the internet. Oh, 2 views in 24 minutes for the Tale of Pink. Gotta get 100 an hour, guys. That's when I know the video is doing well. Otherwise, it's just going to be a typical one. But it's about me, so nobody's interested in those. Tale of Pink has a surprise in it, and a special link, video theme song. So, I really need to. That's what I get for commenting on Samuel Elamanite. He then goes and attacks me when I'm on this other channel, because apparently the two guys work together. And so now I'm getting recommendations from him with every new video he does. And he's doing one on Sister Crawford's dream. It's like he never even pays attention to the church. They said, don't listen to people's dreams. Don't listen to other people. You gotta listen to only the presidents of the church. But the modern rising generation, they don't know the old laws that we were forced under. Alrighty, so let's see, my Gmail reply to Chile. Alrighty, I'm gonna have to get a thumbnail picture here, and I think instead of, well, let's see, this is Paleo Hebrew, so let's find my Paleo Hebrew. There it is, way down here. Playlist. Okay, so I think we'll do a picture of chili rather than Paleo Hebrew. Okay. Country of Chile, because as much as chili is good with tortilla, can't pronounce them, the particular chips. Alrighty, so Santiago. I believe my brother was in Santiago North Chile mission. He got a parasite, had to come home and get an operation, and then finished out his mission in Texas. Alrighty. This one's kind of wide, so we'll do that. Because YouTube has a special formatting with their thumbnails. So sometimes when I have words on my thumbnails, they get cut off. So they gotta be wide and not tall. That's good enough. Alrighty. Okie dokie. So now we wait. Okay, yes. Here I am, the kleptomaniac. It's an 8-year-old, newly baptized boy. And And so what did I do? I got away with it. My parents didn't catch on. And so now I'm feeling guilty. You know, I'd stolen. Oh, I'm gonna burn in hell now. Oh. and so yeah, I'm praying. Oh God, what do I do? Help me. What do I do? I can't give it back. I don't know where the store is. And and so I'm like, okay, I'll pay the amount of the notebook in tithing. Yeah, there we go. That'll solve it. So yeah, I had a little box, the coin slots on the top, 3 sections, and it's the Mormon one. One is for savings, one is for spending, and one is for tithing. And so they were trying to teach kids how to wisely use their money and pay up to the church. And so I'll have to look for that. Tithing money bank. Let's see if somebody's put it on here as a picture. Tithing money bank. Piggy bank. I'm not seeing it. There's all these other versions. Oh my goodness, they've got a digital version. There's 4 slots in that one. There's an actual piggy picture one. So yeah, I'm not seeing the kind I had way back when. Here we go. And they don't even bother with savings. It's tithing, mission, and fun. You can buy balloons. Should I do that one? I think I'll probably do that one as the thumbnail on this. Mission fund. Yep, they're all focusing on mission now. Spend, save, give. Okay, that was somebody made that one themselves. Be nicer to have the one I had, but apparently it no longer exists. The doggy bank. Alrighty, so this other one, where was it? There it is. Alrighty. So yeah, the church doesn't want you saving money anymore. It's all about the church. Give to the church. Give for your mission fund. Give to tithing and fun. That's what we get to do to spend for our daily living. Fun. Yeah. Then you get on your own and you have to try to live. You realize, I can't even afford fun. So, alrighty. So, yeah, I put it in one of those little boxed banks and put it into tithing. And I had gotten that earlier, before I turned 8 years old. That's right. My parents forced me to pay tithing before I turned 8 years old and officially became a member of the church. That's alt-right Mormon Republicanism for you. And so, yeah, stealing money from kids is what the church does, as my parents were perpetuating that with us. And so, allowance, they had to then give me an allowance in order that I pay tithing on the allowance. Before I turn 8 years old, before I become a member, I'm paying money into the church from allowance. Worse than taxation. All right, so that's where that came from. And yeah, and it was that bank that my parents punished me with, because my parents had coin collection. They didn't have the books that I eventually got for my coin collection, and they had coins that I didn't have in my coin collection. And you know, these are silver dollars and 50-cent pieces, and I wanted to fill my coin collection, and so I went looking through their collection to see what I didn't have. And you know, the kleptomaniac that I was as a little kid, I'm privileged white, I get whatever I want. and so I take what I want. It's just up in their closet. You know, they're not doing anything with it. It's just in containers. The silver dollars were in the Tootsie Roll bank. Tootsie Roll back in the day had a Christmas product of a Tootsie Roll, a tube of Tootsie Rolls, and it doubled as a bank so that you can use it afterward. And we all got it, I think, but I must have thrown mine away. And so yeah, they kept their silver dollars in that. And so yeah, I went looking through and selected only the ones that I didn't have. And turns out that I didn't cover my tracks because I was called into their bedroom, and they sat me down and I was interrogated. I was a little kid before I turned 8. See, because we moved to California when I was 7. So I would start 2nd grade. That's the year that I turned 8 years old. And so yeah, I would have been 7 still during the start of the school year. And so a 7-year-old boy is getting interrogated. Did you steal these coins? No. I didn't steal them. They're just in the coin collection. and okay, we're gonna punish you. You know, we're taking back the coins you stole, and we're also taking all your money that you had in there. 7-year-old boy loses all his money as a punishment for just wanting to add to his coin collection. It's not even over $1,000 to consider it a felony offense. And so, yeah, I got robbed. A 7-year-old boy gets robbed by his parents. And so then I turned to a life of crime as a kleptomaniac. And so, yeah, I no longer bother picking up coins anymore. It's just like a waste of my time. I had to do it on my mission as survival. You know, I lived off of Little Debbie brownies, and my companion was able to buy a Coke. And so, yeah, we did a thing in the New York Mission paper about how to survive on the amount of money that you guys are supposed to be getting, and no more other money than what you're supposed to be getting. And so how do you live off of it? And so nobody else submitted an article because everybody else was getting extra money. And so I wasn't. And so, yeah, Elder McFarland and I came up with an article for them. And yeah, that's what I was literally living off of. Everybody thought it was a joke, but mine was serious. I lost 50 pounds. I was still a teenage boy, you know, turning into his 20s. And I lost 50 pounds. My body fat was next to 0, and I'm losing 50 pounds on my mission. Not cool. So, yeah, bad news flash. Bad news flash. Dukes of Hazzard, the TV show version. Alright, so, yeah. So yeah, I like Daisy Dukes. I can't link you to the country song about Daisy Dukes. There's 2 versions, and both of them are they're fun. We'll just put it that way, because I don't want to say inappropriate, because I like them. Anyway, okay, so yeah, that was my introduction into tithing as a little kid. That I had to pay up to the church 10% of my allowance, and eventually my parents just stopped giving allowance, and so what do? I can't pay the church anymore. Come on, guys. And so yeah, when we moved to Corona, my dad, he didn't like me watching 8 to 10 hours of TV a day, and thought that I was just a bum, living off of his hard-earned money. And that's when he smacked me in the stomach, and then his eyes got as he realized I had abs of steel. And so yeah, that's why my belly is so big over being incarcerated for 6 years, and forced medicated on unnecessary drugs, because the diagnosis is an internationally banned diagnosis as a fraudulent diagnosis. So yeah, I bloated up worse than Arnold Schwarzenegger, and yeah, and I knew about that as a teenager. They said the more buffy and ripped you get, the more you're going to get fat as an adult. And so they warned us about that, as well as warning us, you know, you want to look for a girl to marry who doesn't have pudgy fingers. What? And you want to look at her mom, too. Yes. Horrible people. You don't choose by sexual appearance, though it does help if you want to have kids. But you need to love who you marry. But yeah, this is about tithing, though. And so yeah, that was my introduction into tithing as a kid. And so yeah, I was never really happy about paying tithing, and let alone fast offerings, when I learned that not only did I have to give money, more money to the church, and they said it was for the poor, the fast offerings, but that was even less required for the poor. Tithing is the one that the church demands you pay them, not fast offerings. You don't have to pay fast offerings in order to get your temple recommend. So yeah, something wrong with that, isn't there? And yeah, and then it was bad enough. What do you mean I can't eat? I'm hungry. And if you knew my life as a baby, my mom's breasts weren't enough for me. I needed more, and so I had to be given rice cereal to satisfy my hunger. And so yeah, I was given bottles at an earlier age And Dad, of course, didn't want to hold the bottle. He wanted to read the paper. So I was forced to learn how to hold the bottle at an earlier age in order to eat. And video was done. So yeah, fast offerings was not cool for a little kid. And yeah, when I was baptized, okay, now you can't eat. What do you mean I can't eat? Nobody warned me about this, about baptism. And my other younger siblings, they were like, oh, we don't have to eat, go without eating, do we? Oh no, you're not baptized yet. But you still have to pay your tithing. Oh, man. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, chili is now all set and ready for you guys. The tale of tithing. I won't bother to share that because it's just a response for Paleo Hebrew. Alrighty, so there's the tale of tithing. Alrighty, so 43 in 2 hours for church-threatening women, and it's almost an hour, and we're only at 5 views for the tale of pink. So yeah, just as I figured, nobody cares about my life stories. These are the classic gems, guys. You know, these are my life's experience with how the church is so corrupt. This is why I do these other videos, guys. It's because I got first-hand experience. Church is bad. Get out. Get out, get out as soon as you can. Because if the church goes bust and they have to give back the money to the members of the church, we only get $10,000. The rich are going to be furious. And they're going to demand the amount that they gave. And, yeah, what a joke. Alrighty, so there we go with that. On to the next one.